Hey, 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 hey! Hello, people! Good evening. Good evening from me to you. Good evening, good evening. Hello. Hello. Ouch. I didn't press a button. This one I forget pretty often. Here I am. Hello, hello. Hello, Tony. Hello, Tua. Hello, Hula. Good evening. How are you today? Today, as I told you, was holiday in Italy, which was very nice. And yeah, I had a bit of time to check a few things that were missing, but let's say the objective at the moment is to complete the next alpha release. I already built the two packages for the Windows updater and the Linux updater. I'm missing only the Mac updater. Actually, I don't even know if I have it in my instructions yet. Probably not, but it's something that we need to do. So I don't know if we want to do it now in the background while we do other stuff, but I think it will take quite some time to do. So maybe we can launch it and yeah, and have it run, because one of the complexity for Mac is that the Mac that I'm using is pretty slow, and so it really takes many hours to actually complete the build, and that's an issue sometimes. But these are a bit of the instruction. Now, the only thing we need to do, we need to launch the SVN update, that's for sure. So let me try to copy this thing, which is the same thing that I did for Linux. Let me just put it here on the side and see if we can do something similar. By the way, I think the Mac at the moment is not on, but so the yeah, the first thing we need to do, we need to go in the directory where we have the launcher, and I'm just substituting some of these commands from the Linux one to the Mac one. But we need to go basically here in SVN update. Now SVN, I don't remember if we have an SVN on command line there, or if we have, because Mac is a bit weird, and like they don't have a standard subversion program. But okay, let me turn it on and we can see if what we can do with it. Okay. It does like it bang. I have it connected to my main TV screen, which by the way I never use because I basically never watch TV, but the only usage I have for it is to connect it to my different PC, and in particular to the Mac. I'm pretty much using it only for the Mac. HDMI 2. I'm trying to Sorry, it disappeared. I'm trying to see if we can get the, but I can also just connect it. Oh, maybe it's coming up now. Yes, it's loading up. It's loading up. I see the Apple sign. The problem is that the TV is on the other side of the room, and so I need to basically move from here and go there when I need to check it. But I think it's booting up, and I think we will see it soon. The only thing I need to do is to be sure that I have the IP. I need the IP of that guy. Okay, sorry, I'm on the other monitor. I'm just checking if is up already and if I can see the IP address. For now seems not. Mac Mini, I think I think it's up now. Mac Mini. So I think I need to go under DMZ, no, under, I always forget where the hell I can get the list of, one second, I'm on the other screen, I'm searching the freaking, okay, settings LAN, okay. Mac Mini IP. Okay, I found the IP. Okay, it's 192.168.116. So it's the 16 in my subnet. So we can see if we can connect it. Yeah, it changed his number because it was 15 the other time. So let me save it and try to open it. Okay. Okay, seems that we connected. I can make it a bit bigger for you. But seems it's up and running. And so there is a shell to the Mac Mini. Now maybe what we can do, I can just make it a bit bigger because I understand that maybe not easy for you to see. Okay, so maybe now you will see it better. Okay, so we are here now. For the launcher, the main directory of the launcher is this one. So we can just go here and check what the hell is going on here. But we have, we basically need to SVN update. I don't remember if I can SVN update like this or not. Seems yes, but it's asking me my password now. My password for that is something that I never ever use, but I think I have it on another PC. One second. This is whatever. Okay, I think it should be this one. Maybe. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we have, I don't know why it's not saving the password in SVN, but it basically tried to have the interactive session, but it couldn't. So we did it like this. So we just updated this stuff. Yes, which is game user init setting. I don't know what actually changed in this one. Full screen mode, frame rate limit. I think okay, so someone was speaking about the frame rate limit, but we already have a frame rate limit of 30. I think Tua, you were discussing about that, right? That your installer didn't take the proper, hello Marcelo, didn't take the proper frame rate limit because in theory is under config default game user setting and is actually set at 30 at the moment. So in theory should be, It should be there already. Let me check why not. Let me see if it's also on the Windows one. Maybe on the Windows one we didn't do it. I don't know. Oh, it should be the same. Frame rate limit 30. It's kind of strange. When I create the package, the problem is that when I create the package, those ini file are going inside the pack, and so I cannot really go and look. I cannot really go and look and see if they are there. It was running at 96%. On Windows, huh? On Windows. Because I have the shipping one, but from the shipping one, even if I launch it, I will not be able to display the FPS. I don't know. No, I cannot do it. I cannot easily verify that about it. But the setting is there. The setting is actually in the file, in the configuration. Is in the config. I can check if it's the right setting. Also, in a package game, we disable the console, so I don't have the console. So I cannot even ask him to display the FPS because I don't have that capability when it's packaged. Now, here they say something different, but it was 2016, so maybe it's too long time ago. And I can check if on begin play or on your editor. Yeah, I know, but GG. This is in the editor, so I don't know really. I think that value should do it, but maybe I don't know. I don't know how to better verify it, you know. And also, I don't know if we are adding. Do I have one to launch and check my GPU? I think I have one to launch, which is this one. That is the one that I was testing the other day. I think I will go full screen. I had to launch the other one, but okay, fine. You set a manual setting to always limit FPS to 50 and the GPU went down. Okay, where did you set that? You mean in the NVIDIA card or? I don't know why, by the way, it's taking so much time to pop up, at least on my machine. So you have this black screen for so long time. Because here I cannot really do much, you know. I saw an error, by the way. Nav collision. So if I want to Here I don't have a console, I don't have anything. So the only thing that I can check is my GPU. And yes, my GPU at the moment is at 96%, so seems to be very high. Seems to be very high. So in theory, this one is not using that config somehow. But it could be that since it's a shipping build, it will read from the... let me open another... it will read from the local app data, right? I think it will read from local app data and then PS Launcher, at least on Windows. So I need to check if here there is any config. So here we have a config, and the config was what? The config was default game user settings. Game user settings. Game user setting. Actually, in this one, there seems to be no frame rate limit actually. Yes, no, worst. There is a frame rate limit to 0. Okay, this is because in your, you know, in your app local app data, usually this is getting created automatically. So let me see if I delete this file. Okay, let me delete this file, which has been created 1.6.21.9. So it's been created now, actually. It has been created now. It's been created now. So actually, it seems that he explicitly set it to 0 in the NVIDIA control panel. Yeah, but so you can basically go here and change it to 30. So I think that now it will work. The problem is why it doesn't get this setting as a default when packaging the game. That's strange. You see that it's setting it automatically to 0. Okay, let me put it at 30 again, and let me try to launch it again and see if that is somehow... At the moment it's not getting changed. If I go to my task manager, yeah, my GPU is low. Yeah, so it seems that it didn't package that setting somehow. This frame rate limit actually didn't work. So it's working if I put it manually, but it doesn't work. So actually here it seems that it's a bit different settings. You see the script engine game user setting is different from... I know it's the same. Script engine game user settings. So why doesn't... So let me delete the file. Maybe I had a previous file with that setting in. Let me just delete the file, okay? And let me launch again this thing. Well, it's writing it again, but let me delete it. Okay, let me delete it. And I'm gonna launch it again now. I want to see if he's recreating that file. Probably the answer is yes. No, in this case, it didn't recreate it. Okay. And my GPU is relatively low. Okay, so the answer to your question, I think that you have, unfortunately, a previous version of the launcher, which had the setting at unlimited, and that setting was then saved under your local app data. And now also the new launcher, even if he has that setting, is relying on whatever we have here, right? So if you delete this directory under app data local ps launcher, it will work fine for you. The problem is that there is kind of a general problem, you know, that when we want to override a setting, if we have already shipped one version of it with another setting, we are in a deadlock. We are in a deadlock. So the question would be, how can I force an override of a config no matter what? So I need to force a config override somehow. File hierarchy. The configuration file hierarchy is reading starting base in which value writer and find with values in later files in the hierarchy overriding earlier values. All files in the change file will be applied to all projects. All project specific setting will be finished by the directory. So basically what he's saying is that this is the hierarchy that we are going to use, and the last one wins. Okay. The last one wins. So engine config base, engine config base engine, base platform engine, and then this is all inside Unreal, and it is project directory config. Yeah, but still I don't understand. Yeah, okay. The problem is that the one that we get is this one, right? So we can override it only with a platform specific, but I don't think it makes any sense. I mean, I need to say that a previous setting is no more what it was. And so I need to override it on an existing installation. So that's our problem. That the players already have it as one value and we want to change it as a new value. And I tell you more, I may want to completely override the config directory. There is an interesting point, because we may need it in the future. We may need it basically every time if we are changing something. Yeah, how to override the default game ini after packaging? Exactly. That is exactly the question, because the problem happens only when you are packaging a game, right? Ah, no, there is another question though. There is how you can override so I want the packaged yeah, the problem, how does he know that I think I need to delete myself that file when the application is starting. I don't know. Or we create another property that we use. Maybe the easiest is to create another property that we call like plane shift frame rate, you know, and just read that and set it explicitly inside the program. I don't know. I don't have an easy solution at the moment, apart from deleting the local app data directory. But yes, this is going to fuck up with all the other. I mean, all the already installed launchers, because it seems that they are reading that file. We can tell people to change it, but I don't think it will be very easy for them. I don't know, but anyway, easy here, okay? And it is the right setting, unless it's overridden by something that you already have on your PC, because it works. In terms of task manager, it actually works. We can even go less than 30, by the way, on the launcher. I think it can be like 5, you know? I think it doesn't need to be 30, but okay, so for the Mac, what we need to do, we need to go into this directory. But thanks for the question. I think it was a good one. It is a good one. I need to understand it one day. So we did the SVN update, yes. We delete, okay, so the idea is that the old launcher can completely go, right? So we don't need to keep it. The launcher is written for Mac in this directory. And so I think we can just delete it completely, right? I can do maybe an ls first, but I think that contains only, yes, only the launcher. So I think we can just kill it. We can just kill it. Okay, we did. Then after the SVN update, we need to be sure that, see, actually these two lines should be inverted, by the way. I think also for Linux it makes sense that they are. Wait. Oh, fuck. I typed it in the Linux one. Fuck. Ah! Okay. I think I need separate files maybe to avoid messing up. Maybe. Oh, and I can say PS Launcher Mac just to be sure that we are not messing up. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. So we have to remove this directory. And what I wanted to say is that this one needs to go here for coherency. So after the update, we need to check to mod that file. Okay. Which I think is the good one. Okay. And let me just check what this file contains. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. We don't care about that. And so what do we do? Wait. So this one is correct. This one is correct. Then we launch this. I have no idea if this one I can launch it command line or I need to be on the machine. But let me check this other one. It doesn't say. So I guess we can launch it command line. So we already updated, we deleted the directory. And so I think we can do it. Do I need to do it? No, I think I can just launch it like this. Okay, we will see what happens. This machine, as I said, is very slow, so it may take, I don't know, 1 hour to do it. I have no idea, but it may take time, right? And after this one, we will have to copy the lib file, and then we will have to delete the stuff that we don't need. Okay. Okay, so that at least is launched. I don't know what it will do, but is at least launched. This stuff is the copy. This stuff is the copy to the Linux machine. So this stuff actually will happen later on, right? This will happen later on. Okay, at least that now is executing. We will see how much it takes. Okay, let's go back to our bug fixing. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to check why someone is reporting that this NPC is actually not having the proper traits. So I think that the best that we can do to check that is to launch, and I can make this one bigger for you as well. I can make it bigger with change settings, appearance, change 14. Okay. So here we are on the Linux machine, this Luke Linux, as you can see. So on the Linux machine, what we want to do, we want to screen. Okay, GG. We want to screen. I don't know why sometimes I get this broken pipe. That is not very nice. Did we finish the space on the machine or what? We have 0% under dev. I think it cannot write somewhere because this bad file descriptor is kind of weird. They just say to launch it with screen -r, but screen -r oh, I don't understand. Why is screen running or not? There is a screen. There is a screen attached. Well, if there is a screen attached, I think we can do RRD. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now I'm in the thing. I think it was attached probably. Okay, so we start the server. We start the server. Now, the problem is that this server is updated to the previous alpha release and not the latest that I have on my machine. So that can be a problem. But, you know, I can test it with the... Sorry, I can test it with the sample, with the one that I have here, because this one is 074, I guess, to be updated, and then I should also have 076 somewhere. Yeah, I have 076 here, so I can launch it with 076. And see if it happens to me as well. It will take a bit to start up. This machine is not bad. The Linux machine is not bad. I mean, it's relatively good, but is I mean, it's still loading all the production data. Meanwhile, guys, I'm still working on the homeworld commission. I have 4 or 5 artists that are interested, and I'm working with them to find the proper balance between, you know, cost and time. And well, with some I cannot really reach an agreement, but with others I think we are very close. With one in particular, I think I'm very close to reach an agreement to make the onboard screens, and it's a pretty big job because we are asking for 45 screens, 45 drawings to be created, and I understand it's a pretty big job, but at the same time we cannot really, you know, spend a lot of money on it, because it's not even content for in-game, you know, it's content for the character creation. So I need to find a good balance, and at the moment we are trying to see if we can do it like a grayscale, and maybe with some highlights, and so that is basically cutting off the time for coloring, but still I think it can be a pretty good result, considering that we are looking at, you know, an old a history from the past, so I think it will look okay. Connection timed out. Is the server still, I think it's still loading, huh? Yeah, it's still repopulating items, so we are still waiting for the server to go fully up. So there is a bit of that. Repopulating items. I don't know if we cleaned up a bit of the items from production, but it is a straight copy from production, so it's gonna take some time to load the items. I think we are speaking about 100,000. Yes, 100,000 at least. Between 100,000 and 200,000 items that are scattered on the ground everywhere in the game. And so that's taking time. I think here what it's doing is updating the collisions. At the moment the server is running in basically in debug mode. I mean, not exactly debug, but is close to that. And so that's why it takes about 3-4 minutes to start up. I think if I compile a shipping build, will be much better. I don't do it because I want to be able to see the all the information, and if there is a crash, to catch the crash on time, you know, and see the information. If I do this as a shipping build, I will not be able to. So, or anyway, I will have less tools to understand the crash. But I think there's also a good test that we could do. Should we put some music? Let's put some music. Okay, we loaded the is loading all the levels, as you can see. This one is not exactly music, it's the background of the main menu of Abe Exodus, and I like that game a lot. There is a new one coming out, a new Abe coming out. I don't know if he's already out, but it's coming out these days. I mean, this month. Ah, takes so much time, huh? I know. There's not much we can do, though. Not much we can do. Did it stop? Well, no, it's still loading. It's still loading. It's still loading. I think this level called Guildhouse's Temp will remain temp forever, but it will be actually the final one now. Too many levels. Our world at the moment is pretty big, so I think that we will not add more levels than this. But it really takes a lot of time to start up. I think it's pretty much done now. Okay, it is done. Okay, so now it loaded, and so we can actually connect, hopefully. Yes. And I think I can connect as myself. It's okay. Now what we need to do, we need to go to Amidison and see if we have the same issue. I cannot limit FPS with the command, but I think I can do it like this. Okay, I teleported to this character. Where the hell am I? Yes, she's actually, oops, she's actually missing the hair. Okay, so this was the reported bug, right? This was the reported bug. And actually she's missing the hair. For real. Okay, so the good news is that I can reproduce the problem, which is good. Now we need to understand why it's not working. So the first thing I guess we want to know is if we are getting any errors on that air not being loaded. So let me copy here the file and see. Yeah, we actually have some other problems as well for ladder. It seems that one redirector is missing. But it's not about the hair, it's about something else. Couldn't find file for package. There are actually some problems all on the same character. The F Indian character. Okay, so I think the best thing we can do... there it is as well. Okay, I think this one is the one that we were searching for. Couldn't find file for package, gain character if in mesh, requested by a sync loader name to load. Okay, so as you can see, this one is trying to load the hair and is failing to load it. Now, I think the reason is that I actually changed this name. So this name is no more like this in the new version, because this was an anomaly that we were keeping from the past, and I decided to change it and to fix it. And so I renamed all the assets. Now the problem is we should launch the editor and see if that is something that we can fix. By the way, we have a lot of issues in weighting of these characters. But like some parts of their body are slightly separating from the torso, and the reason is that the weight is not correct. I mean, it's not a major problem because anyway it looks kind of fine, but I mean it's annoying, but not that much. So I think I renamed it or not. No, this one I didn't rename it, but so the race name is F Innun, but but I think the meshes, yes, all the meshes have been renamed to Innun F, right? So everything should be loaded that way. Now here it was failing on what? On a texture or on a material? It was failing on a material. So it's trying to load this material, but this material will never be loaded. Will never ever be loaded. So I think we have an issue with the female Innon for sure, because the race name is different. So we will have issue with this race. We will have issue with this race. So we need to fix it somehow. Let me see if I can, but I don't think I can fix it from the data file, because the data file is just saying $race, $something else. So actually if I search head, you know, or hair 03 for example, I cannot even find it. Why? I think because it's this one, it's 105. I think I can check it in the database, but most likely, okay. Yeah, fixing this one is a bit tricky. Fixing this one is a bit tricky. I think unfortunately we will have to rename completely the package from F Innun to Innun F. I think we will have no other way, otherwise nothing will load. Otherwise I think nothing will load. Sorry, I got distracted by something else. Okay, so we go in what? So what I wanted to check if under traits, which probably I have already opened, but let's open it again. For the female Innon race, which is 14. So for race ID 14, which kind of hairstyle? Yeah, hairstyle, you see the mesh is 101, 100, 101, 102. Right, so these are the meshes that we are sending in. Now, 100, 101, 102 are searching for race, mesh, race, race. So if they are not aligned, they will never freaking work. It will never freaking work. How is it possible that it works then for my character creation? Because we tested yesterday that in my character creation I see the hair of this character, right? I think we tested it yesterday. Hello, Fate. Hello, Warnest. Welcome. I'm working on some bug fixing. I'm working on some bug fixing for the new alpha. And in particular, there is one character which is which always add an anomaly in the name. So basically the gender was coming before the race. So it was F and then the race instead of race and then F. And this is, I mean, I decided to fix it, so to standardize it with all the others. And I did it on all the meshes and all the materials, but I didn't change the main texture, main directory. And now this is backfiring on me. So I think I need to change also the main directory in the same way. So all our dynamic stuff is gonna work. The server crashed or it didn't start at all? What happened? Still loading? Maybe still loading. Yeah, still loading. The server is still loading, boys. Come on. Come on! Time it out. Loading, 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 loading. It's the first loading of the day, and that is usually the issue. So the cache didn't yet, you know, kick in, and the server is taking a lot of time for that, I guess. We are connecting local, yes. What do you want? Is the other one? No idea. No idea. Okay. So if I start the character creation, right? And I go under this race. We have the problem here as well. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. We need to switch that directory once and forever, or it will never work. Okay, I understand. I understand the problem fully. It's something we need to do, and we are gonna do it now. Basically, I mean, the change is not too complex because all the assets, as you can see, are already named the proper way. So race and gender. The problem is that the main folder is still the old one. So I think the only thing I need to do is to switch this folder fully. I don't know what this will mean, but because all the pointers to those files are gonna change. But I let the editor do the hard work. I'm just changing the name. And then what we need to do when he's finished, but we can already do it, is to actually change in the database the pointer in the race info. So this one will point to inunf. And this one, by the way, is a change that I need to do also in our update schema. Because I don't know if there is a place where we touch race info. I think he's here. And then here. And we also do some manipulation here. Setting new mesh to diabolic characters, also from alien to Indian. Okay. And 15. Yes, the problem is that 20 and 15 I think is not enough, because 20 and 15 is nice, but we also need 14 to change. We also need 14 to change. It's still working, boys. I think it will take a bit. Because it's all the assets in this character that are going to change their location, and I think the source control is getting kind of crazy. What the fuck? Okay, anyway, he's doing it. He's doing it slowly, but he's doing it. So when that is done, I think we can change here in the database directly. And the easiest will be just to do, I have to do it on both on both databases. So let me just do an update race info set whatever mesh equal to this, where mesh equal to the other one? No. Right? And we do it for the two databases. So we do it for plane shift, which is our dummy database. We change 4 rows, and we do it for the production copy of the production database. He updated only 3 rows. I don't know why I updated only 3 rows there, but probably because one was already pointing properly. It is kind of strange though. 1, 2, and 3. So why is 4 on the other side? Why is 4 on the other side? Holy shit. Yes, checkout select. So let me check why in the dummy database we did 4 changes. One, 2, 3, and 4. Because there is also the Xacha, which doesn't exist anymore. Yes, okay, the one is not used anyway, so... Okay, so it's fine. So it's fine. Okay, so basically, as soon as this process is finished, we may be able to see the... no, wait, I also then need to change the DT textures, eh? No, that's automatic. No, that's automatic because it's taking from the database. So the one I don't need to change. Okay, let's see what is going on in our Mac Mini meanwhile. Our Mac Mini is compiling. So... our Mac Mini is compiling. It will take forever. This is only the launcher, but consider that the main game is taking about 20 hours to compile on this machine. And yes, I may buy a new one, but every time I say that I buy a new one, then I manage to, you know, launch the thing and it's completed, and I feel a bit stupid in buying a new Mac when I have nothing for him, right? But then I need to release a new version and I have new needs again. So it's a bit of a chicken and egg, I don't know. It's a bit of a chicken and egg. Okay, so we have multiple things running at the same time and working for us, which is nice. So I can just relax. You don't use server? What do you mean you don't use server? Our server is a Linux machine. Okay, it's doing the changes. You need to compile, if you want to compile Mac, you need to compile on Mac. So I can compile only on Mac. And our server is a Linux machine. He's doing a lot of work. I have one machine for every platform, and I compile each platform on its own machine. You know, Windows cannot compile Mac. It's not possible. Wow, there were like 60 files or 70 files, but it's taking a lot. Because every time is going to the source control and doing the checkout and going back, and he's doing so many operations in the... But he never failed. Now, crossing fingers, he doesn't fail this time. I don't know what I can do meanwhile. We can check other bugs, because this bug basically, I think with that change it will be fixed. So I hope that I can fix I can say that this bug is fixed. After that, I have 2 requests for closing. Character cannot log in if you can land a spawn location. Fixed. Accept. Fixed. Easy. Trading with player character cause the UI to disappear. Okay, it is also been fixed. Nice. Yorlak was doing some test on that. I think if I go in my assigned task, it would be like, yes, 24 pages. No, 24 tasks. Okay, 24 tasks is okay. Let me see if these ones, well, there are a lot of very old one, like I don't think I'm ever gonna fix, because they are still on the old release, but there are some that are of the new release. These one are ready to test. Fixed pending release, which is nice. There is one that is assigned. Inventory full on buy, even if just one item in inventory. This one was opened by Marcelo. Did you, Marcelo, I don't know if you are here, but did you test it on the latest release? Because this one was on 0.73, right? Can you retest it on 0.76? Because, I mean, I had a lot of... I don't know if there was a specific use case. Because here you say, I attempt to sell some silver and then buy a pick. I had an empty inventory until I could buy it. I said inventory full. So I don't know if this one is still the case or not. You never saw Unreal Engine for Mac? I saw it. And it actually works. I launched the editor on Mac. And I compile on Mac. And by the way, the machine... The Mac Mini is this one. So this one is a Mac compilation, okay? So it's compiling on Mac. And you can see it because it's speaking about dylib or dysim, you know? And those are the libraries and debug files of Mac. And also you may see names like, yes, you see Mac development, and different stuff. So you work on U4 on Mac, Catalina. Nice, very nice. I think you follow the dispute of Epic and Apple on the Apple Store. Oh my god, this thing is still going. Look at that. It's still going. It's still going. Your life must be in hell. Why? No, Unreal Engine actually made the development on Mac pretty much seamless. I mean, there is not... I mean, obviously the command I launch when I have to build are slightly different, but my main issue is just that the machine is super slow, but there is more of the machine issue than on Unreal or Mac, right? So... this is a very good one that I think we need to fix. A keeping robe or a keeping helm should remove the air mesh. Yes. This one I think is at least medium, and the priority to me is definitely high. So I think we need to do this. We need to do this. Yes. This one has been reported on Mac, but is the same. You know, speaking about Mac, this is a Mac user. This is a Mac player. Maybe it's you. I don't know. This is a Mac player. Ah, it finished. Yay! Okay, it finished. It finished the rename, okay, of all the things here. So we want to test now if after the rename, considering that all the materials are properly named and all the meshes are properly named, I want to see if our character... Now let's see first of all if the blueprint is still working, because, you know... let me see if the blueprint is not giving any trouble. Ah, also the blueprint needs to be renamed. Because, yes, also the blueprint needs to be renamed. I mean, there is a bunch of stuff that needs to be renamed, but the blueprint for sure, otherwise we will not even find the race. The helm don't cover the air, so it looks a bit weird. No, but the problem is that we are not removing the air mesh while we should. Now, what you say is a refinement of that. Then that is, when this bug is fixed, then you're saying that the helm is not fully covering the head, and so sometimes you can see through. But that is better than having the air stick out from the helm, right? So that's something that we can fix, but is a bit lower priority. I think the major one is to ensure that, you know, stuff is not getting on top of... I mean, the hair is not sticking out. The hair should be removed. And we have the same problem with the robe, if you are keeping the wizard robe. Okay, now this is renamed. By the way, if you want to connect to the Unreal server, now is up. Huh? I will keep it up for a bit. Okay, so we restart the server and the client and we see what happens. And we see what happens. Loading, loading, loading. Sorry. So we do character creation. And we see if we get errors on... Okay. Now seems to be fine. Nice. Okay, now it's working, so okay, so I would say that this one is fixed. Now we still need to check it in game a bit, because I assume that maybe issues like other pieces not properly working, but oh man. We got a copyright strike yesterday. Let me just check, what is it? What is it? Ballad of the Space Babies. What the fuck is the Ballad of the Space Babies? Let me search 1 second that music. The Ballad of the Space Babies. The Ballad of the Space Babies is under Sword and Sorcery. Okay. So that one seems not to be liked by YouTube. Okay. So you know, the other day you were asking what happens if you get a copyright strike on some music. It's very simple, I just remove it. I'm just searching where the hell is that. I don't find it, but I definitely have it somewhere. Sword and Sorcery. Ah, here it is. Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. For some reason this one they don't like. Okay, fine, we're gonna remove it. We're gonna remove it right now. Okay, it's removed. Sorry, I'm just doing the changes to that video, so that is done. And I don't get that anymore. I also need to silence that part in the video. By the way, I think they are doing a disservice to themselves doing that. So in the sense that, you know, if they don't allow to play that kind of music, it means that all the potential advertising of that game is gone, right? But I mean, their choice. Okay, I did it. Okay, so that bug is fixed. So let me flag it as fixed, or I will flag it as status. I will flag it as pending, fixed pending release. Okay. So which basically means that we fixed it. No, 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 not this one. Fuck. Not this one. The other one. The one that was... Some traits are not working properly. Okay, this one. This one, I will put it as fixed pending release. Okay? Which is nice. So we fixed one bug. Actually, that one was having a lot of other bugs connected. So we fixed a lot of them in one round. Now the other one that I think we can fix is this one. Is this one? Yes, a keeping robe or a keeping helm should remove the air mesh. Okay. So we should remember that skeletal meshes are not properly mirrored. I'm not properly replicated for whatever reason, and so we need to do it manually. And so this means that when I do the keep function, by the way, another one that I really need to do, but I think okay, we'll speak about it later, but there is another one that I really need to do. So when I do the keep, which is in our PS character, right? If I search a keep, if I search a keep item, meanwhile the Mac Mini still going, is about half of the compilation. Yes, it's this code and this code. So the item in right hand or left hand are getting replicated. The only problem I have is the torso. There is the torso texture ID and I need the helm, but I think for the helm we have another function, right? We created another function for helms, or not? On wrap current to yes. I'm thinking if we want to do it here, or we want to do it in another place. But I think that probably here is the best place, because here we are already on the client and we are equipping the helm, and I think we can do I think we should branch if this is actually valid, right? I think we should branch if this is actually valid. So if it's valid, means that we just put on an helm, and this means that we need to remove, or we need to hide Should we hide it or should we remove it? I think we should hide it. I think we should hide it. So I think we get I think we get body parts and we get hair and we do set visibility to not visible, while in this case we do the opposite, right? So in theory this should remove the hair mesh when I'm keeping an elm. In theory. I don't know if it's as simple as this, but this should already happen on all the clients. We are driving this function on all the clients because it is broadcasted to all the clients. So I think should already be okay. Should already be okay. We can test it. I need to log in as a character. Yeah, but I think I can log in as I have the Dermorian. Can I do it on the local copy instead of production, so that is a bit quicker to load? I think yes. I think it's a good idea. It's not replicated for performance. Wait a second. I lost a bit of the chat. What game have this music and who has the copyright? So the game was Super Brother Swords and Sorcery, and which is this game, and the copyright obviously is owned by this game. Which had a pretty cool music, but and the copyright is of the guy that did the music. It's not just that he has the copyright, but he explicitly asked to YouTube to remove any instance of that, and so we got the strike. So no more advertising for them, unfortunately. But and then what did you say? MacBook Pro? Okay, you're speaking between yourselves. Okay. It's not replicated for performance. I don't know. I mean, to me, a skeletal mesh needs to be replicated. Not replicating a skeletal mesh is a bit absurd. I mean, why you don't want to replicate it? I have to do it manually anyway, so. I mean, a skeletal mesh is usually a character, right? And it's very, 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 very likely that you want it on all the clients. Very, very, very likely. Like in 99% of the cases. The music with religion Catholic lyrics. Like all the music is instrumental, there is no voice. So it cannot have lyrics. Okay, so I need, yes, this one is perfect. You could restart replicate once visible. No, but it's not about visibility. It's just that skeletal meshes are not replicated when inside a mesh component. It's not about visibility or not visibility. Visibility is the same. Okay, so she has the hair, as you can see. She has hair here, and If I put on a helm... Oh my god, what is happening? Her hair disappeared, look at that. Okay, it worked already. Okay, nice. Okay, now we need to test if when I remove it... Oh shit. This didn't work. The putting on worked, the removal didn't. So probably means that my check for is not valid, is not okay. So probably we still receive a value here. Strange though, we should receive like an empty item. Only one command. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so we need to check how to verify that our current helm item is actually empty. I think the best will be to do probably get mesh and check for this validity. I think it is probably a better check. Probably. Now there may be a millisecond or maybe a second where you will see that she doesn't have hair, so that's that may be annoying. I mean, it should happen pretty much instantly, but yeah, I think it will happen pretty much instantly because it's done at the same time on the client, so one after the other. So yeah, it will be instant. No, you will not see the gap. Dun, 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 dun. No. Why I did this? I was thinking something else. So we need to do the same also for the robe, and then I think they were the only two cases in which we were removing items, right? We were removing stuff. I think so. Fuck. How can the mesh be valid? Strange. So that, okay. So let's say that this is not working as well. Holy shit. That's very strange though. Unless we are not going through this. Yeah, that's possible. Maybe we are not going through this when that is set to empty. I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason. I think when we are removing the elm, we are not going through this. We are going through this when we are adding it, but not when we are removing it. Set with notify current elm item. I think we can check if we are going through that or not. And attach component to component. Set relative location. But for sure we are removing it. I think when we are removing it is another function. I think when we are removing it is the dekeep, and dekeep is doing this, yes. Well, we are actually destroying the component, so I'm asking how is possible if we are destroying the component that we don't get the information on the client side. When you enter the game, you always start falling. Why? Is a loading part. So is when the world is loading up. So I'm not falling, I'm standing in place, but I'm waiting the world around me to load up. I should probably put a loading screen, you know, or something, but I never did it. But I need to do it. But I don't know exactly how to do it. Anyway, it was never a big priority, but we need to do it. So we need to put like a loading screen until the world is fully loaded around me. But I don't know where to catch that. So or here we do, or we set another variable as replicated, or we unwrap current elm item, because current elm item, I'm a bit surprised that current item helm. Current item helm. Yes, it's this one. It's a bit surprising that when I destroy the component, there is no replication on that. So destroy component on rep notify is not doing anything, huh? Or not? We can check. Let me check if let's just. But I'm pretty sure it does not. Let me print out something here. But I think we will get it. Oops. We will get it only when we are putting the helm on. Helm is changing. Helm is changing. I can create another variable as rep notify, and it's a bit annoying though. I would have preferred this one to drive, you know, both. You cannot load the floor fast. I mean, you are not deciding what to load first and next, so it's loaded by the engine. And it's not the floor, I mean, it's everything around. And again, the character is not falling, as I told you. The character is staying in place, is not falling down. It's just that the world around has not been loaded yet. It's funny you see it now, because it's been like this since 2 years. It's always been like that. Okay, so what I want to see is when I remove the helm, if I'm getting the printout. Unfortunately, I'm getting a lot of printout because I get the new inventory, and by the way, still loading, so GG. But is accessed none trying to read property current helm. Okay, so actually access unknown trying to read property current helm. So actually it is none. So it is invalid. This one. Yeah, then why the is valid was not working? I don't understand then. It seems that this check is actually saying that this one is not valid. So in theory it should be okay. Let me put something like add elm, remove elm. Need to understand what is going on here. And maybe, you know, we also print out... No, I think it's okay. Let me just see if it goes through that, because it should. Because he's printing that. He's trying to access the variable, and he's realizing that it's empty, so... So I think he actually replicated. Yeah, it looks like falling, but it's not falling. Well, the difference is that before we had a loading screen in the old plane shift, and now we don't have a loading screen, so... But we will add it, just it's not the most important piece for now, but... We will have a loading screen, so you will just see loading, you know, with a background or something. And then... when everything is loaded, you will just get in, okay? So this is what is gonna happen, I think. Load them using distance. Warners, you don't decide when to load them or not. It's done by the engine. It's done by the engine. So the engine is loading the items around you based on streaming levels functionality. So you cannot decide yourself what to load, when to load, you know, things like that. I mean, probably there is also a way, but it's not, you know, it's not worth it to decide what to load. It's better to just okay, let me see if we get the first printout. I hope so. Add helm. Okay, add helm works fine. Remove helm doesn't seem to work though. I think there is another way to check if this is not valid. But in theory should be this. In theory should be this. It's very strange. I'm pretty sure if I do this, it will give me an error saying that this one is not valid. The only thing I have is this is valid, or I have the is valid, right? I don't know why. Don't know why it's doing this. It's kind of weird. You just need to put a loading screen until everything is loaded. That's the best idea, I think. Because after that point, everything will be done anyway with streaming levels, so... So I think it's not worth, you know, doing anything else than just triggering when everything is loaded. Because it's only the first loading, then everything else will be seamless anyway. Now it did it. Why now it did it? I don't know. Now it did it. I didn't change anything. And now it didn't. I don't understand. I don't understand why the first time it does it, the second time it doesn't. What the fuck? The second time? Is doing it only the first time? How is possible? So basically if I start... Oh my god, he arrived now. Holy shit. Did you see the time? Did you see the time? Wow. Oh my god. The replication of that arrived like 10 seconds after. No, that's not acceptable. That is not acceptable. So I put it on. When I put it on, it removes it instantly because I'm doing it on the client side at the same time, right? When I remove it, like 10 seconds. See you, Ernest. Like 20 seconds. $30 seconds. What the fuck is going on? $40 seconds. I mean, like we have seen before, at a certain point he arrived. At a certain point he actually replicated it. Right? Yeah, but he cannot do it like 1 minute later. I don't understand what the freaking hell is the problem. Hello? It's not doing it now. It's not doing it. He's not doing it. Okay. I think the problem is related to destroy component, and I think destroy component is... I have no idea. I have no idea why, but I think we should do it in another way then. Let me try to search destroy component rep notify. But there seems to be an issue here, eh? There seems to be an issue. Why things are never easy? Why? Why things are never easy, boys? Why things are never easy. She's still without hair, by the way, in this case, huh? She's still without hair. But before we have seen it, at a certain point he arrived, but I don't know based on what. Based on what reasoning, at a certain point she got her hair back. It's like if something is happening, so this function definitely is not getting called. So on destruction is not getting called, while is immediately called on, you see? Now she got it. I mean, like after 1 minute. Like after 1 minute. Oh my god. Why? And we also got the printout, remove helm. So it means that really after, you know, 1 minute or 2, we get the destroy replicated. We get the destroy replicated. I mean, we got the... Okay. I think the only thing we can do is not very nice, but the only thing we can do, we will create... so or I call a function which is immediately replacing the hair, or I replicate a variable. I think the easiest to replicate a variable because it's rep notify everyone immediately, but I think it's basic. If I understand it right, the rep notify on a destroy component is not working. Or is working only when the garbage collector is actually cleaning up. You know, because the fact that it's so delayed and is so random, I think is connected with the garbage collector. So the garbage collector is actually deciding at a certain point he needs to fix that variable, and it does it, and it is when can we do an explicit set on top of the... Wait. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do an explicit... Maybe we can do an explicit one. Wait. So if when we destroy the component, right, we also do a set of current type, set current item helm, and we set it to empty, right? And this one is specifically rep notify, right? Maybe this will trigger it. The problem is that like 1 minute later we will get the destruction. That's kind of weird. No, Hula, I think it's a problem of what is called garbage collection, which is a way to free memory, and I'm thinking is that at the moment, but I'm not sure. But I think we are gonna set it as empty, and I think that will trigger something. The only funny part of that is if the garbage collection is arriving later on and is when I put it back on, you know? And at that point I received the rep notify and I delete it again, you know? So that would be very funny if that happens. By the way, I think my window layout is not saved anymore. It is something we need to check. Okay, so I put it on. Now the world is loading. Okay, I put it on and then I remove it. Ah, now much better. Okay, so if you explicitly set it to null, then it's happening immediately. Okay, well, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Now the point is, if I put it back on, you know, if I put it back on and then after 2 minutes the garbage collection actually arrives and say, hey, we destroyed a component 1 hour ago, I'm going to replicate now, then her hair will pop up. We will pop again. No? Or the rep notify knows that he did it later, and since we did it here explicitly, then he knows that now this variable is clean. Yeah, probably. I hope so, but I would like to just run around a bit and see if in 1 minute or 2 from now we are getting our hair back like randomly. That would be so painful. If that happens, we have a very big problem. Yes, after all, go to the sewer, exactly. Actually, they get dematerialized. You know, it's like a molecular destruction. What is the name in English? Is the I don't remember the name. The yeah, but anyway, completely destroyed, dematerialized, like vanished. There is a word that now fails me, but there is a word for that. Okay, but this is good. So we remove and we put back without any problems, right? And it seems to work fairly well. Okay, so that's good. We need to do the same with the robes. We need to do the same with the robes. Do we have robes? Do we have robes for her? Okay, you see what happens when you have the robe. Let me put it full screen. You see what happens when you have the robe and you keep the other meshes, right? You see that very evidently you get like her arms that are going outside of the robe, you see? The problem is that the robe is designed in a way that is not exactly matching the arms, right? And the same with the legs, right? Some of the legs are getting outside of the robe, right? And it is annoying, obviously. And if you crouch, then it's GG completely. If you crouch, you know, all the legs are coming out of the robe and it's total GG, right? And the reason is that what we need to do when we equip a robe, we need to remove the torso, the arms, and the legs meshes, right? And so this is what we're gonna do now. I lost my face for some reason. I lose the face when I go too close. Look at that. Wow, that's nice. I like this. I want to make this a picture of the day. How do I do it? I want to make this a picture of the day. Easy. Easy. The ghost. I don't know why that happens, but it happens only when you are in debug mode, I guess. So usually will not happen. Normally will not happen. For you will not happen. So don't worry. Don't worry. Everything is nice. Okay. So apart from that, so to fix this problem, right, of the legs coming out, of the arms coming out, and all this shit, we need to do the same that we did with the helm, but we need to do it also with the robe, right? So the point is, when we are equipping the robe, I think we have a rep notify. We have a rep notify. We have a rep notify. Current torso is Rob, you say? I think this one should be fairly easy, but let's see. In PC a key probe. Ah, okay. But do we want to do it there or do we want to do it here? That's a good question. Do I want to do it here? Or do I want to do it in each character? I want to do it in each character. Do I want to do it in each character or do I want to do it globally? We could do it here. It's a bit of a waste though to do it here because it will always be the same for all the characters anyway. No, we are not gonna do it here. We are doing it here. I think we are doing it here. We are doing it here. So if we have a robe, right? We take the arms. We take the legs. And we take the torso. Ah, fuck. The torso. The torso. The torso is a problem because the torso is the main mesh. And I fear if I hide this, I hide also all the no, propagate to children. We can have it. Okay, good. Good. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. And so if we have the robe on, we are gonna hide these three. And if we don't have the robe on, we are gonna show these three, right? Now the only problem that may happen is that if you have a plate and then you are putting on a robe, then I don't know exactly what will happen. It's possible that something pretty weird will happen. No girl, we have already asked for the most sexy robe for a girl. Yes, I guess so. But we need to make it. We need to make it. I guess so. By the way, the robe was not visible in the... Uh-oh. 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 I think making the torso invisible is a bit of a problem. Because the torso is actually the one that has a lot of... The torso is a problem. The torso is a problem. Okay. Okay, so for now we go without the torso. I think is the best that we can... Because if we hide this one, is a mess. Because the torso is also the one that is deciding the animations and everything. So I cannot really hide it, or my character is not gonna function. In other games, the more you are strong or skilled, the more you have a beautiful robe. Yeah. Yes, we can do it with increasing levels of beautiful, you know. But other games maybe have a team of 200 people. Then maybe one of the differences will, you know. Okay, removing the arms and the legs seems to be enough. I mean, it may not work on all characters, but at least it's working on this character. Now, what do we want to do with the hair when she has the wizard robe? I think with the wizard robe we keep it, huh? So you see that now, apart from the freaking mapping, which is super bad, but anyway, you see that now the arms are no more sticking out, so there is no problem anymore with the arms, no problem with the legs, because actually those are hidden. We don't see them. And when I remove this, she gets back the arms and the legs, right? Now, the only issue could be the robe plus... Yes, the hair. Do we want the hair? Do we want the hair on the robe or not? I don't know. We can remove it. The problem is that not all the robes have a full hoodie, right? Not all the robes have a full hoodie. I can remove it, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Well, we can do it by character, so every character can decide what to remove. That could be a way. So if actually I take this and I put it inside the... inside each character, if I put it inside each character, then I can decide based on the type of hood. Let me check the thingies. Robe. Let me check robe. Robe mesh. No. Robe. Why robe mesh is not coming out? Because is skeletal mesh. Robe skeletal mesh. So yeah, it's a bit different because, for example, the Cleros one doesn't have the hoodie. Well, Cleros doesn't have hair, but this one does not have a hoodie. Fuck, so it's a bit random. This one we have the version with the hoodie and the version without. Fuck. GG. Yeah, I have to do it by character. This one is without the hoodie. This one is broken. Yeah, I need to do it by character, I guess. I need to do it by character then. I think it's the easiest. Let me take a picture of this. I need to do it by character. Need to do it by character. And so based on the character we will make the choice. Okay. So no. Fuck. Okay. Can do this. Nice. Because I copy pasted the image and so I lost the copy. But we can do it like this. So for her, we can explicitly put back the... Can explicitly remove the hair. Right? Fuck. Okay, so for her we are going to explicitly remove it. Okay. For the male as well. So we need to copy this. So basically each character is deciding what to do. I lost my body. What do you mean I lost my body? In an event? Okay. I see. For the Yankee, They have a hood. Well, the Yankee doesn't have a hair, so we don't care. But definitely we care for the torso, for the legs and arms. Ah, but the legs are open. Oh my god. The legs are open. Okay, so we need to keep the legs but remove the arms. I see. Yeah, you see, every character is slightly different because the robes are slightly different on each. So like on this one, we can remove the arms, but we cannot remove the legs or the hair because they will be visible. And for the male version, the same. So we can remove the arms, but not the legs, and the hair anyway is not there. And for the Kleros, we don't care. No. For the Kleros we care because we need to remove anyway the arms and the legs. For the Kleros we care because we need to remove the arms and the legs. It doesn't have hair, so we don't care. And for the... what is the next one? The next one is the Noltri Ref and Noltri Ram. We remove Noltri Ref and Noltri Ram. Noltri Ref. This robe is slightly open at the bottom, as you can see. Don't know if you can see it, but this robe is open at the bottom. So I think if I remove the legs, I'm going to do a mess. So I think I will remove only the arms. I will remove only the arms. Hello, Ioannis. What are the specs of my PC? Are you asking me? I have an NVIDIA 1070 and for the CPU I have a 12 logical core Intel 6800 i7 and I have 32 GB of RAM. So we do the arms here only, and I have an Asus Strix motherboard. So Noltri Ref, Noltri M we did. Ah no, the arms, here we have a bit of a complexity, because the arms are done in this weird way. I think this needs to be changed, by the way. The Stone B, we need to remove the arms and the legs. The one that you really love, right? You really love this one, I know. The arms and the legs. And for the last one, which is the alien. No, it's not the last one. But for the alien, also arms and legs. Also arms and legs, and for the Inon F, I think the arms are like built into the robe. So arms and leg as well. Arms and leg. Why she doesn't have the robe equip? She doesn't have the robe equip. No, she has it already. Yeah, she has it already. Okay. Okay, so we did all the ones that have a robe. Binalter female has no skin right now. What do you mean he has no skin? Just the eyes? What do you mean has no skin? My PC is a bit old actually, but it's still holding, you know? It's still holding. Okay, so let me see if we can say that this bug is fixed. What she has equipped? That's kind of weird. Maybe she has equipped a plate or something strange. But if she's missing the hair, I did a lot of fixes for traits. There were some traits missing. There were some traits broken and I fixed them yesterday. There was a significant amount of stuff broken. Okay, so now I think it's fine. So this one is okay. So we are removing the hair as well. Okay, so let's say that this bug is fixed. This bug is fixed. Now, I want to see why these windows keep popping up in weird places and we are not actually saving the layout. This is a bit strange. Maybe because I have it under my... Maybe because I have it under my thingy. These kind of positions are always a problem for robes, but I think it looks fine. It's not great, but it's kind of okay. There is some problem in the back. Okay, to me this bug is done anyway. I mean, we basically fixed it. In Discord, okay. In Discord, nice! It's very, very nice. Keep it until you can. It's very, very, very nice. Can show. Look at this. It's super good. Super good. I think it's fixed already. I think it's fixed in the changes that I did for trades, because trades were completely fucked up. We had a lot of issue with I think because you are phase number 4 and phase number 4 was not connected, I think. But I'm not 100%, but it looks super good. I love it. You just need a small particle effect here, like a smoke. If you have like a smoke in between, it would be insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, so this one is... this one is fixed pending release, okay? So this one also we fixed. Very nice. Do you think the Mac Mini finished the work? No, it's still working. So the Mac Mini finished the compilation. When did we start it? We started it like more than 2 hours ago, huh? So anyway, finished the compilation and now is doing the cooking. I don't know what it needs to cook because actually there are no maps, but anyway, it seems he's doing the cooking. Anyway, I will let him go and this will produce the new PS launcher for Mac. Okay, and then I will ask you to test it. I mean, it's still going, still going. Okay, boys, I think I'm gonna go a bit earlier. Tomorrow I need to work and I have to anyway to wake up early, and so I need to go. But if all goes well, right, we will see each other tomorrow, tomorrow evening. And if you are new to the channel, I will appreciate if you can click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, and also check our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/planeshift, in case you want to help the creation of the game. See you, boys. See you, boys. Next time. Bye. Bye.